Back at it for a Monday, and of course it's got to be super cold. Oh, just the way we like it. Hey, hope you had a great weekend. Good Monday morning. I'm Tyler Glen, and this is the show about food, fun places, and the mayhem of life. Into the cozy confines of the Beach House Beach Bunker. Here we are. Lights are on, ready to go. Chairs are set up. Lots to get to this morning. Coming up on the show, of course, mayhem in Mexico. We do have an update from Puerto Vallarta, and the news is positive after a very scary Sunday on the Mexican West Coast. Of course, we've got folks from Western Manitoba, across Canada. We got like 20,000 Canadians in Mexico right now. We've got the latest coming up. Of course, we'll be licking our wounds for a little while. Lost in the gold medal game yesterday, and some people were actually in church watching the game yesterday. Some church had the hockey game on. Why fight it? Just embrace it. Praise the Lord, say a prayer. You guys didn't pray enough. Also coming up on the show today. So if we're not supposed to travel to America, we're not supposed to travel to Cuba. Now there's things going on in Mexico. Where are you going to go? Do you really feel like going anywhere with what's going on in the world right now? Well, if you do, and of course we're the show about food and fun places and the mayhem of life, we've got the top 5 countries that Canadians will now pivot to if U.S., Cuba, and Mexico are off the menu. Because really, that's kind of like our bread and butter for travel in this part of the world. USA, Mexico, Cuba. There are other countries, and they're affordable too, and we'll touch on that. Reese's Pieces, Reese's Candy Bar. Apparently, they've changed their recipe. This is causing some big reaction online. Have they done the dreaded recipe change? They've cheapied out, and apparently some people are noticing. This is not good news. If you have a fan in your life of the Reese's Peanut Butter Cups, the Reese's products, there are complaints rolling in, and actually the Reese family, or the original owners of Reese's, are saying, yeah, we think the recipe might have changed. And finally, also on the show this morning, we'll introduce you to a website that will tell you whether your food is still safe to eat. We're all doing that now with the price of food, flipping over the package and going, best before, expiry, price of food. Am I still safe to eat it? It's kind of a cool website, and we'll show it to you coming up on the show. First, look at, there's our roll-up cups, because today is day 1 of Roll Up the Rim to Win. Oh, could win a vehicle, and you can win some trips. You could win all electronics. More on that coming up. First, let's look at our roads. Generally in good shape this morning. We have got normal seasonal driving conditions across southwestern Manitoba. Let me just check Manitoba 511. It's really the cold. The cold is kind of something to worry about this morning. The cold, it's the cold, man. Manitoba 511 is showing that we have got generally pretty good winter, normal seasonal driving conditions. Okay, so that's good. Now for the forecast. It is a bit of a roller coaster ride when it comes to the weather forecast this week, just to let you know. We have got one really nice day in our weather forecast. Probably going to be Thursday will be our nice day. It is going to be, we'll probably see daytime highs up over the freezing mark, which will be nice for this time of year. Our normal now has got to be getting close to the freezing mark. Hope you had a good weekend. Hope you got up early, watched some hockey on the weekend, had some fun with those you love. Our normal for this time of year now is -6. The normal overnight low, -16. So cloud today, could see some off and on flurries and a high of -11 degrees. Looking towards the weekend, that's when it's going to be nicer Thursday and Friday, but then cold again on Saturday. So, dang, it's just you get all cold stuff. All right. Let's get you into the Beach House Beach Bunker and say good morning to our Sunseekers and welcome aboard. Welcome aboard, Sunseekers. Good to see you. Hope you had a nice weekend. Of course, we're all over the place for hour one of the show. And we will be on Twitch exclusively for hour two of the show. Twitch.tv/Tyler Glen Show. You can always lurk in when we're live at TylerGlenShow.com. No commenting allowed, though. You have to join Twitch to be able to do that for hour two. But in the meantime, we want to say good morning. Doodle-doo. Nick says correction on the sports ticker. Oh, okay. Thank you. That's what I'm just going to stop for a second and say thank you. It was kind of it's been a busy, I don't know how much longer I can do this show, honestly. The world is coming apart. I can't keep up. I seriously can't keep. Oh, breathe, Tyler. Breathe. Okay, I'm going to breathe. 600. Are you absolutely sure? I am. You know what? This is how I spent my Sunday, checking sources. Don't like this AI very much at all. I'll tell you that right now. Because there's so much crap floating around. Pisses me off. Scaring people. God. Okay, so let's review before we get to our good mornings. They beat Penticton. Okay, now we'll start with Edmonton. 1. Penticton, 2. Saskatoon, 3. Swift Current, 4. Prince Albert, 5. Moose Jaw, 6. Prince Albert, they lost, so you are correct, sir. So we shall change that. Okay. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Life is beautiful. Life is fun. Life is grand, and life's a... well, at least we won the gold. Jeez. Jeez. Well, at least we had a record medal count at the game. We didn't even have that. Well, at least it's not tax time. It is tax time now. Oh, my God. Help me. Help me, Sunseeks. Help me. Help me. All right. Rob P. Good morning, Rob P. Checking things out on TikTok. Road Reverence here on Twitch, along with Pebbles and Polar Bear. Pebbles was in pretty early this morning. I think everybody was up early yesterday. I don't know how big the numbers will be even lurking today. Everyone's tired from hockey yesterday. Nino's here on TikTok. So is Carmela. Richard's over on Facebook. Good morning. Cindy's here on Twitch. And so is Janine over on Facebook. Hope everyone has a great week. Let's make it a great week, shall we? Let's just hope and pray harder. Obviously, you guys are not praying hard enough. Churches even ran the hockey game. We need to pray harder. Zumba Bernice is back, I think. Wow, so much going on. I can't catch up. Yikes. Yeah, I know how you're feeling. I know how you're feeling. There's a lot going on right now. Quentin is here on Twitch. Cindy says, crazy world we live in. I don't know. I'm getting to the point. I'm getting very serious about moving to the bush. I know I joke about it, but I'm getting closer. Every day, I'm going to shut the whole thing down, and I'm moving to the bush. No phone, no internet. I'm going to have an axe and a gun and a log cabin. That's where I'm going. If you need to find me, well, this will be goodbye. I am moving to the bush. Megan's here on Facebook. Good morning, Megan. Hello. Patricia's here. Good morning, Patricia. Hello, Tracy Roger on Twitch. Good morning, Nicole over on TikTok, and Mark and John Fitzgerald. Patricia Ann on Facebook. Molly's here too. Good morning, Molly. Good morning to you. Oh, Polar Bear says spring is coming. Thanks for that reminder. Thank you, Polar Bear. Yes, let's check our snowpack and see how things are going. And we'll check our spring countdown to see how many days I think we're just at the 3-week mark until spring is going to be here. This is how much snow we've got. They got a ton of snow in the Northeast. Oh, boy. Tosh, this is your old stomping ground. Nova Scotia, New Brunswick, Northeastern United States. It's pretty much shut down. Ooh, see where it's really, really dark blue? That all happened within the last 24 hours. So they got some mayhem and chaos over there. It is affecting parts of Quebec, Nova Scotia, New Brunswick, and Newfoundland, which is, I'm just realizing now, is not on that snow chart there. We have 24 days till spring, 24 days, 18 hours, and 47 minutes, just 3 more weeks until spring. Oh, and then the birds will sing and the angels will sing. And Lisa Solomon on TikTok, good morning. Katie 4380's here on Twitch this morning. And Nick is excited about the roll up the rim time. Yes, guys, win some prizes, win some stuff, okay? Yes, Renee Deli is here on Facebook. Hello to you. Hello to Mike and Ada. Ida, joining us on TikTok. Good morning, Ida. Good morning to Renee. Jennifer Lee, good morning. Jennifer Lee Gonfshand, our J-Lo, good morning. And Loretta's here too. Cindy says, at least we aren't in Mexico. Boy, scary times down there. Holy man. Now, there is some good news with Mexico, okay? And that good news is that transportation is set to resume today in limited amounts. So bus service is going to resume. We're getting word that taxi service will slowly resume, slowly. Kids are out of school in Mexico today because of what happened. But the airport, we're being told Puerto Vallarta Airport is functioning normally. They're getting systems back online. Everything is set to function normally. But airlines are still for obvious reasons, extremely cautious about going back into the country until there's some stability here. But this has obviously disrupted all kinds of travel. We've got an update coming up for you in the next segment of the show, including some eyewitness accounts of what went down from Canadians that are down there. That's coming up in the next segment, okay? Okay, after our first beach break, which will be in Aruba, by the way, our beach cams will kind of stay clear from Mexico Lillian is here. Good morning, Lillian. Lillian's over on Facebook. Sandy is over on TikTok, along with Michelle and Angel. Hi, Michelle and Angel over on TikTok. Polar Bear says Mark Scheifele was at one of the Wheat Kings games. Nice. Did you get an autograph? And so Pebbles is already getting into her GT, which is where we start the show. We like to start with the good thing, yesterday's good thing. Now, we can take in the weekend activities. Hopefully you had something fun going on over the weekend, and you'd like to share it. We would love to hear about it. Now, again, good thing is I'm getting reports that everybody in Mexico, to our knowledge at this point in time, as far as Canadians are concerned, safe and sound, okay? Everybody breathe. We've got 5,000 Canadians in the Puerto Vallarta area. We've got 20,000 Canadians in the country of Mexico. Now, late yesterday, about 6 p.m. Central Time, the U.S. government issued security alerts for virtually all tourist areas in Mexico. I did share that on my Facebook page just as an information thing, you know, because I don't want to send everybody into a panic. And there was a lot of content online that was sending people into a panic yesterday, and a lot of it was, quite honestly, was fake. Some of it is real. But big events like this, when they're happening fast, developing fast, it is critical to make sure you're getting accurate info, guys. Holy cow. I mean, we got our friends and neighbors down there, and they're freaking out. Can you imagine being down there and seeing some of the videos that people are generating on AI? They're doing this to people, and they're doing that, and they were not doing that. And it's just like, oh, my God. The evilness. People just need accurate information. So, once again, under this live video, I posted the latest from the government of Canada. They issued a new warning this morning to expand for Canadians. Now, it's not just the Mexican West Coast, Jalisco, Acapulco area. It does include the Cabo area now. The Baja is included in the Canadian warning, okay? So that is the latest. And again, I do have emergency contact information on my Facebook page that is pulled from the Government of Canada website information. All right? It is always good to register with the consulate. And 18,000 Canadians are already registered. And then you shelter in place. It's all you can do. Hopefully things return to normal today so that people can get some groceries. A lot of people down there, they don't stock up like we do because they got markets on the street. You can go buy your fresh fruit and vegetables every day, and your drinks every day, and all this and that. So a lot of them don't have a stockpile, so they'll be hankering to get out and get some shopping done today. Pebbles went and saw Zootopia 2 with the family over the weekend. Was it good? Was it full? Was it awesome to get some hot buttered popcorn in? Lots of walks, and they also did some swimming on the weekend. And has an update from Dad over on the East Coast. They got about 25 centimeters of snow out there. Yeah, that's a lot of snow. Jeez, their schools are all closed. And, there's the greasy fingers at the movies. We accidentally went to Quentin's movie by mistake, and the kids can't sleep. Psycho killer. Oh, my God. No. Very nice. Very good. Hey, coming up this week at the Elkhorn Resort Clarso Nordic Spa, don't forget Thursdays are Thursdays. That is where it's not about rest and relaxation. It's about social fun. You can take your camera out on Thursdays, and you can enjoy some specially curated pop music that they play. It's kind of a social atmosphere on Thursdays at the Elkhorn Resort and Clarso Nordic Spa. Look at those folks enjoying their bevies. Oh, and you know what? Thursday, high zero is going to be perfect for the Clarso Nordic Spa. Look at that temperature, constant 104. Keep head above water at all times. Oh, those tiny bubbles, they feel so good on the body. Clarso Nordic Spa, Elkhorn Resort, beautiful Riding Mountain National Park, Clear Lake. And if you're at Buffalo Bar this weekend, just to let you know, they've got live music happening on Friday and Saturday night. Luke Paulson will be performing, and while you're there, look for the secret door so you can go have a bevy at the speakeasy. It's a secret. There's a secret door. The speakeasy. It's a new speakeasy. It's called Housekeeping. That's all I can say, because it's a secret. Of course, today is day one of Roll Up the Rim to win Canada's favorite game. Listen, if we can't win gold, at least we can win a car. It's the 40th anniversary of Roll Up the Rim to win. 7 2025 Volkswagen all-electric ID Buzz vehicles. 3 2026 Sun Tracker party barges. Yeah, the boats. Imagine going out on Clear Lake with that baby after rolling up and winning it. 3 2025 Tracker off-road ATVs. 47-night all-inclusive vacations for 2. 50 Hisense 98-inch QLED TVs. 10 Endy bedroom makeovers, plus VIP experiences like Cirque du Soleil, NHL game day packages, and more, all with Roll Up the Rim to win. And we're waiting for some updates from Vancouver with Randy and Michelle, who continue their time away at the CHFA, now on in Vancouver. As always, Headley proves why it's the best health and supplement store in all of Western Manitoba, bringing top products, expert advice, and wellness inspiration straight to you here in Brandon. They are scooping up all the hot new products. It's a huge show in Vancouver right now. Have fun, you two. We'll see you when you get back. And in the meantime, for all your healthcare needs for supplements, vitamins, and more, visit 1314 Richmond Avenue in Brandon. Yesterday's good thing. What was going on yesterday? Well, Barb said it was a beautiful sunrise, and, of course, it was all about hockey. Oh, everybody was up early watching hockey yesterday, and here she is watching the game, watching the gold medal game, Team Canada. Oh, wait a second. There's something about Barb's picture that seems a little odd. Barb, you still got your Christmas tree up? Whoa. That is that's wild. You still got your tree up, Barb. I think it's time. It's time. It's time. I think it's time to take it down. Maria says, don't take it down. Richard says, too soon. Leave it up. Yeah. Leanne says, just decorate it with Easter eggs. Yesterday's good thing. Sarah was up watching, too. Sarah was up watching hockey. Here's some... Oh, an action shot, obviously. There they are. Everybody's just sitting around in their pajamas. I'm curious to know if anybody was at the bar yesterday. We could get beers at 6 o'clock in the morning. I think the law allowed for a 5 a.m. start. Oh, there's some Timmies there. Good job, guys. This is like a typical Canadian setup right here. Bedhead. I got my Maple Leaf on. I got my bedhead. I got my Timbits. I got my coffee. Yeah, it was an exciting game. Very good hockey game yesterday. I was excited, and I'm happy for Hellebuck. I mean, he is a great hockey player, and a Winnipeg Jet, our star Winnipeg Jet, for heaven's sakes. Yes. Zumba Bernice, nope, still on vacation. I'll be home later this week. Will you be safe? You be safe and just relax. No, don't worry about what's happening in the world. That's fine. I can safely say I don't think I've ever been happier to have my feet firmly planted in the ice-cold tundra than right now. Things are a little bit chaotic. Just a little bit. Nick has a nice reminder. Less than 2 weeks until we turn the clocks forward. And that is correct. This weekend is the last, what I call, winter weekend. After this weekend, we get to change the clocks. First weekend in March. Now, people are still getting used to that. Shared that information with a few people on the weekend. They're like, what? Are you serious? I'm like, yeah, not this weekend, but next weekend, we'll be changing those clocks. Molly's GT, drum and bass show at my friend's bar on the weekend. And, of course, somewhere between the time change and the start of spring, a certain ice cream place will open for the season, and Nick is super excited about that. What else we got? Nick had a 12th night rehearsal. That was his GT. Cindy had a quick trip to Brandon Saturday to see my kids and granddaughter. I got to see my son over the weekend. Went to the Forks briefly and had a quick beer. There we are, enjoying a sud there. And there's the girls. And then we took you to a Mexican restaurant down in Osborne Village, which was good. I can't remember the name of it, but it's super popular. I could look it up for you, but Osborne Village is not very big. And this place, not very big either. But it was nice to see everybody. And I got to see the new Costco for the first time. Oh, my God. I might as well have been shopping in Brandon. Jeez. So just so you know, if you're thinking you're going to go to the Costco in Headingley and no one's going to know you're there, you better just think again. But Tyler, it's a big store. It's so huge. Yeah, there's always about a dozen people from Western Manitoba in that store. So you're just going to run into people, and it's always like, I thought it was just stopping at the store here, or you're going to be tied up and visiting, and how's it going, and what's happening, and what are you doing? It's like, I never thought that Costco would turn into a visiting place. It's too crazy in here. We can't visit. It's too nuts. Derek says, yes, we won the silver, and it was disappointing about the gold, but at least we didn't get caught cheating. Although some say that the Americans had too many men on the ice there at one point in the game. Should have been a penalty. Shoulda, woulda, coulda. You know what? If they didn't have that Winnipeg Jet goaltender, they wouldn't have won the game. It's just that simple. He played the game of his life. And I said on social media that Hellebuck, he'll never win a Stanley Cup with the Jets. So this could be his championship win, and we should be happy for him. And then I had people say, you never say never, Tyler. No, the Jets are never going to win the Stanley. It's just not going to happen. Now we can dream. We can dare to dream. Roddy, hello on X, Dare to Dream. Oh, boy. Yes, it was a wild weekend of hockey. Yes, Pebbles is right. They took home the silver. Canada's medal count at the games was 21. 21. The closing ceremonies were held yesterday. It is now done for another 4 years. The next games, for winter games, will be held in France. In 4 years, the next Olympic Games will be held in Los Angeles. If there's still a world, in 2028. If there's still a world. Look at the costumes. Look at Canada. Now there are growing calls. This was the, okay, I'm not trying to be a poo-poo, but this was the worst performance of Team Canada in the medal count since the 90s, early 90s even. I was in high school, but do you see a trend developing here? Do you see a bit of a trend? It's okay. Let's just try and be happy. Let's try and be happy. At least we're safe, I guess. I mean, guys, it takes money to put these Olympians into the programs. It takes money. And money don't grow on trees, Canada. It don't grow on trees. But the Americans seem to win lots of medals. They have this thing called corporate sponsorship. Lots of do, re, mi, fa, so. Money, money, money. Takes the money, the cabbage. However, it's always nice to have something to watch in another time zone. And so, yeah, congratulations, Team Canada. Way to go. Good morning, Pizza Mike. Good morning, Sandra. Over on TikTok, good to see you. Hope you had a nice weekend. Bernice said that she got to 7-Eleven. Oh, she got to try the egg salad sandwich. And she said they are addictive. Look at that, no crust. Now, this is Vietnam, not Japan, but, it's like having a Big Mac in Canada or a Big Mac in the States. Yeah, I would think it's safe to say pretty much the same thing. pretty much the same thing. And this is coming in March to 7-Eleven stores in Canada. And this is one of the hottest foods on planet Earth. Polar Bear says, we were hoping Canada would have gotten the gold medal in hockey, and the USA got it. Yes, they did. Good morning, Margaret, on Facebook. Quentin said, so would Winnipeg be celebrating this goalie, or will they be pouting because he was playing for the U.S.? I think it will be one of these. See how it was like pouting but kind of cheering. Looks like anger, but it's not. So when you see Canadians, Manitobans, they're conflicted. And you know what? It is just, I've said it since the beginning, it's a testament to our economy. It's a testament to our two countries, intertwined like pieces of a rope. And we don't want it to. So you know what the best thing to do is not talk about it. We don't talk about such things. We're moving on. We're moving on. Hi, Angela. Tracy says, I'm wondering if they boo him. If they boo him, I want to know about it. That's unacceptable. That would be garbage. Wouldn't be the first time fans there have done something terrible. I will be furious. I'm not even involved in hockey. I generally don't care about such things. That would be unacceptable. I would be furious. That's just completely classless. Seriously. Anyway, we will end there for a good thing because we got to get to the beach, and then we're going to get into the latest in Mexico. What's going on down there? Latest update for Canadians and stories of Sunday in Mexico. Not your usual beautiful Sunday by the beach, that's for sure. Thank you for your good things. Good stuff's going to happen to you today. Be locked and loaded, ready to go tomorrow. And yesterday's good thing, okay? I appreciate it. That will be great. We're going to go to Aruba today because, things are generally pretty calm over in Aruba, and we'll take a quick beach break and be back with more food, fun places, and mayhem, literally, in just a second, including the latest advisory from the government of Canada with regards to what is happening in Mexico, okay? Okay.
Good morning, Sunseekers.
Good morning, Sunseekers. Let's make this a great week. Starting a little wobbly. We're licking wounds after the gold medal loss and what's happening in Mexico. But listen, by the end of the week, I predict we will end strong. It's how you end. It's how you end, okay? So let's get going. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's rock and roll, Sunseekers. The week begins now.
Good morning, Sun Seekers. It's Monday. Let's make this week great. 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 Let's go together. It's Monday, let's make this week great. 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 Let's go together.
Let's make the week great. Yeah, let's do it. It's a roll up the rim to win week, and we've got good driving conditions this morning because it's so dang cold. Minus 19 feels like minus 33. We are going to have some nice weather this week around Thursday and Friday. We're watching this closely. This is going to be some welcome relief. We've got winter though. Winter to start the week. Winter the next few days, and then nice to end the week, and then cooler to get into the weekend. These overnight lows. Going to be plugging in probably tonight, tomorrow night, and towards the end of the week as well. Those overnight lows are really cold. Mid-minus 20s. Normally for this time of year, minus 6 is the high. Normal low is minus 16. And our countdown to that first day of spring continues. We got just 24 days, 18 hours and 24 minutes to go until spring. And as was mentioned earlier, our time change is not this weekend, but next weekend, where we will spring forward. So those 6 o'clock sunsets, about 6:10 right now, will turn into a quick 7:10 sunset. Well, it's one of my favorite places to visit on the planet, actually, and I have been lucky enough, I've been blessed enough to visit Puerto Vallarta a number of times, and was rather saddened when on Sunday morning, as the hockey game was ending, I was hearing that there were some concerned families of Canadians wondering what the hell was going on down there. To which quickly it became evident that there was some violence erupting because of a member of the biggest drug cartel in Mexico, being killed. He was supposed to be arrested. It got botched. They tried to save his life. They airlifted him to the hospital. Apparently, the Americans were involved with intelligence to make sure they got this guy and captured him. They were going to prosecute him, but it did not go well, and that meant that the cartel was going to retaliate, burning cars, blocking roads, and generally causing panic on the Mexican West Coast in the Port of Vallarta. Here's a bit of the sights and sounds of yesterday in Mexico. Again, the latest is things are slowly normalizing. Apparently 25 people were arrested in the Port of Vallarta area directly connected with this stuff, and the Mexican president has called for calm.
Dennis McKeag was woken up by chaos in Mexico this morning.
I woke up to banging, and I thought it was like construction, and it was explosions.
McKeag is from London, Ontario, but rents an apartment every winter in Puerto Vallarta. He witnessed a lot of the action from his balcony.
Right now, I'm looking off my balcony. I'm seeing 4 vehicles on fire. Well, it burned out. By looking to the left. If I look to the right, there's a barricade.
Mexican government officials are warning residents at Jalisco State, including popular tourist destination Puerto Vallarta, is not safe for travel at the moment. Global Affairs Canada issued a warning to people in the area that criminal groups have set up roadblocks with burning vehicles throughout the state. The agency says there are just under 19,000 Canadians in Mexico at the moment, including nearly 5,000 in Jalisco State. Earlier today, the Mexican drug lord Nemesio Oseguero, commonly known as El Mencho, was killed in a military operation, and the cartel is retaliating.
They firebombed that. There was another one a block away they firebombed. They looted the major drug store, and the guys in black masks and black clothes were running down the street with bags over their shoulders telling people to go home, get off the street, go home.
There are also unconfirmed reports that the cartel has attacked the prison in Puerto Vallarta, triggering a prison break. There have been shootouts with security forces and several explosions. The Puerto Vallarta airport has shut down. WestJet, Air Canada, Flair, Air Transat, and Porter Airlines have all canceled or diverted flights to the area. In a statement, WestJet said they have diverted 7 flights en route to Puerto Vallarta and canceled 24 flights to and from the city, as well as nearby Guadalajara and Manzanillo. A shelter-in-place order is in effect in Puerto Vallarta. All taxi and rideshare services are suspended until further notice. People in southwestern Mexico are also being told to keep a low profile, and if they're in a resort, to stay in their rooms away from windows.
I wait for this to die down. There are people starting to come back out on the street. earlier in the day, there was a number of people on the street, but then it got tense again. So it could resurrect at any moment again.
That is some cars on fire, and they actually attempted to burn the Costco down in Puerto Vallarta. And yeah, very, very scary indeed. Blessed Mama says, it's insane. A friend of mine was staying right beside when they burned the cars. So scary. Our friends posted last night that they were safe. Now, the absolute latest is that we have heard everyone is safe at this point in time. They've heeded the warnings of sheltering in place, so that's good news. As was stated, there's 5,000 Canadians in that area. Everyone is safe. But the shelter-in-place order is still in effect, even though the airport is ramping up operations. There's no flights coming in or going out, but they've got people there working, trying to get things set up and moving again. So they're hoping that in the coming hours they can get the airport open again and flights can land and take off, because we had many from Manitoba who were midair. You imagine you're on your way to a vacation and all of a sudden the plane has to turn around. They had to turn around midair. And there was a lot of course, everyone goes to social media, which is understandable. They want the latest update. That's understandable. And when you're getting the updates from actual people, your friends and family, that is something that it can be confirmed. But there was so much misinformation going on yesterday. It was awful. Oh, my gosh. Martha Choman woke up on Sunday to noises, bangs, and booms. And, those things happen. Bombs and explosions and cars on fire generally don't happen when you're on vacation.
Pretty crazy day. My husband woke up this morning. We're staying in a vacation rental in the Amapas neighborhood on a fairly busy main street. And my husband woke up because he heard screeching tires. And so he went out, looked to investigate, and he saw this bus completely blocking the road. And, at first he thought oh my God, is it just stuck? And then he saw a couple men with guns, and that I think was the first indication that something was wrong. And then all of a sudden the bus was on fire. And this was right outside our balcony. And we saw this huge plume of smoke and flames coming up. So it was pretty unsettling. It's been a crazy day.
What a scary situation. What was going through your mind at the time, and when did you realize this is something serious that's happening?
Yeah, I think in the moment, again, thank God for my husband, having presence of mind, just, told me, get up, get dressed, let's, grab our stuff and just be ready to leave if that feels like the right thing to do. I think part of what made it so scary was having no sense of, understanding what was going on, the context, what's the intent here. So we kind of sequestered ourselves in the bathroom for about an hour just because we felt like that was the safest place to be. And then, we eventually sort of heard some of our neighbors talking. And so we ventured out just to connect with them and see if anybody had any other information. I kept going on Reddit and, trying to scroll through posts, just seeing what information I could find out. And yeah, I think it was really scary getting the breaking news that the cartels were here.
Wow, that is definitely a scary situation. Now that we know more about what caused the violence, we're also being told Canadians like yourself are being told to shelter in place. Where are you now, and do you feel safe?
I think as safe as we can be in the moment. I think understanding that it's a developing situation and that could change, but knock on wood. We're in a condo complex. It's gated. It feels like things have calmed down a little bit. But a few hours after that initial blast with the bus, we did also see the helicopters from the Army with the huge machine guns on the side go by. We did see some Army vehicles come up the road. So I think we feel safe for now, and hoping that things can maybe just calm down and blow over, and hopefully we'll make our flight home on Wednesday.
Wow. So Wednesday, that is coming up pretty quickly. We know right now flights with Air Canada, along with a few other airlines, have been suspended. What are your plans? Have you heard anything from the travel companies, Canadian officials, any instruction that you've received on what to do next?
We've mostly just heard to continue sheltering in place, which is what we plan to do. I did get a notification from our airline that we would have the option to change our flight to an earlier flight at no cost, but I somehow don't think that's going to be an option. So we're going to just take it one day at a time as it comes, and hopefully things calm down sooner than later.
And again, the government of Canada has said to continue the shelter-in-place notice. That was Martha Choman from Toronto speaking with CP24 yesterday evening about Sunday's events. And again, shelter-in-place order is still in effect for Canadians. The 19,000 Canadians in Mexico, 5,000 are being asked to shelter in place. The latest developments as far as what we're hearing from the government is that the travel advice has been extended over to the Baja. They have asked all Canadian citizens to ensure you are registered with the Government of Canada. I have the link, the Foreign Affairs link on my Facebook page. Here's what it looks like. This is the phone numbers here. The Emergency Watch and Response Center in Ottawa is available 24/7 and can be contacted by calling 613-996-8885. By text message 613-686-3658. WhatsApp and email sos@international.gc.ca. This link here, when you click on it, will take you right to the Government of Canada's travel advice, the very latest on what is happening in Mexico from the Government of Canada. This is the latest information. Of course, they're 24/7 now on this. Share this with whoever you want. The risk level in the country looks like this, color-coded. Orange meaning avoid non-essential travel. Mazatlan is on that list. Manzanillo, Ixtapazohuatnejo, Acapulco. Yellow is exercise a high degree of caution. The Americans have essentially issued a security warning for the entire country, saying that violence could flare up again at a moment's notice. But we're hearing this morning, again, the airport appears to be operating as per usual. We're getting reports that people even from Brandon have been let out of the airport, that the shelter-in-place order may be coming to an end. So generally, the news coming out of Mexico continues to be positive, and that's what we have to hang on to right now. But I stress this because it was awful yesterday. All the false stuff that's floating around, scaring the hell out of people. It was really not good. It was because, I mean, it's a scary enough situation as it is. But to have people spreading stuff that's not accurate and not to mention AI-generated stuff, it's not good. Not good, causing unnecessary panic. And, you know, for when we were listening to Martha talk there about the information being made available, I was also watching Mexican broadcasts, but there's a language barrier there. And so they're showing the buses on fire and there's people talking in microphones and a news person, but not speaking Spanish. I couldn't understand what the hell is being said, and I would assume that it's the same with people when you're vacationing. You put the TV on, and there's news on. How do I understand this? I don't know what's going on. It's great if you're vacationing with someone who speaks Spanish, but if you're not, it's very, very scary what's going on. You feel like you're on another planet. But anyway, we can breathe a sigh of relief that things are starting to improve slowly, and we'll continue, obviously, to monitor this situation, and should violence erupt again, we'll try to stay on top of it with as accurate information as we possibly can. And in the meantime, people that are down there continue to mark themselves safe on social media, which is a good thing. And it's great to hear that so many people are not only safe, but then you've got the folks who are diehard, hardcore beach lovers that are like, you know what, this is not going to get me down. I'm going to enjoy a margarita and I'm just going to enjoy the day there. I'm not letting them live in my head rent free. Good for you. That's awesome. There are a lot of people now that are spooked when it comes to travel right now. Tropical travel. We've got Cuba, which is teetering on the brink of complete collapse. All Canadians are out. Those that aren't out are left there because I'm hearing that the Canadians have largely left. Those that want to be there on purpose. But Cuba is literally on the verge of complete collapse. So we're also watching that situation. And, so to shift gears a little bit, okay, it's happening in another part of the world. If you can't go to the United States or don't want to go, and you can't go to Cuba, and you're not comfortable going to Mexico, what's left? We've got the top 5 destinations for Canadians based on affordability. So where do we pivot to? And those details are coming up in a second. First, a reminder, as spring starts to set in, the house shopping season will too. And if you need a lawyer for buying or selling real estate, remember Epp Law Office. If you're making plans for the future, thinking of doing your will, or maybe you have somebody send a will your way, you need some legal advice, remember Epp Law Office. And if you're making some business changes, if you need some corporate legal advice, see our friends at Epp Law Office, 642 18th Street, Unit A, across from the RBC. At Skydancer Casino, congratulations to everybody who took part in the big poker tournament over the weekend. Whoa, what a big tournament. Way to go, gang. Over 110 grand dolled out at the Skydancer Casino this past weekend. Next on the agenda is, of course, the big Frontmen concert, which is coming up on the 20th of March. The Frontmen is lead singers of 3 different country bands from the 90s. One show only at the Skydancer. Larry Stewart from Restless Heart, Tim Rushlow of Little Texas, and Richie McDonald of Lone Star. Friday, March the 20th. Tickets are just $35. And lots of tickets available. Can't wait for that show. It's going to be huge. 31 number 1 hit singles. SkydancerCasino.com. And if you're looking for a truck, boy, now is the time to visit Murray Chevrolet Cadillac Buick GMC at 1500 Richmond Avenue in Brandon. Not only can you take 90 days to pay, but in celebration of their 100th birthday, get a $2,500 truck trade-in bonus when you trade in a 2015 or newer truck towards a new Silverado or Sierra 1500. At Murray GM in Brandon, celebrating 100 years at 1500 Richmond Avenue. Hi, Kathy Yates, former Star Jetter. Hi, Kathy Yates on Facebook. Good morning. Angela says, what's left? Lots of gorgeous places in Canada. Angela, it's too cold in Canada. It is too cold. Are you new to this show? Generally, the people who are part of this show do not like the cold. I am Captain Cold Hater. Captain Cold Hater. The lover of palm trees. All things tropical. So no, Canada does not have any palm trees. However, my parents, they winter now. They used to winter in Texas. They're on Vancouver Island. Very delightful place, but they struggle to get into the double digits. On a nice day, maybe 11 or 12 degrees. That's okay. It's okay. And you get the occasional palm tree on Vancouver Island. Okay, you're not getting a sunburn. I'm talking about, Angela, places where you can get a sunburn in Canada. Not happening. It is a big gaping. It's going to be a big gape. It doesn't last all year. I know, but that doesn't matter. You're missing the point. It doesn't matter. We don't like it. Angela, you might like it. That's fine for you. Nobody likes it. You're on an island. Everybody hates it. Even the people that say, it's okay, I think I can. No, they secretly hate it. Everyone hates the cold. Nature is trying to kill you. Nature is trying. Go outside with your shorts and sandals right now. You will die. So we will have the top 5 here for you. Is Costa Maya safe currently? My friend is going on a cruise this week. Where is Costa Maya? Costa Maya. It is Quintana Roo, Mexico. There is a security alert from the U.S. State Department. Exercise a high degree of caution, Molly, for your friend. High degree of caution. Cindy says, so do you think after this chaos ends in Mexico, they'll try to have vacation sales to go there again? Oh, I would most certainly think so. A lot of people I talk to, I hate to say this, but it goes on to those women like safety. Women, a lot of guys like safety too, but I'm talking to a lot of women. They're like, oh, that's it for me. I'm out. That's it. It's all about the safety. Okay, well, we'll cross those bridges when we get to it. First, we need Mexico to calm down. But I would assume, Cindy, yes, I would assume that travel will plummet. People will be deeply concerned because they will be pivoting to the following locations. Here are 5 other tropical destinations beside the USA, besides Cuba, besides Mexico. We're running out of places. Canada needs to take over an island somewhere. At number 5, for affordability and tropical fun, Aruba. Now, flights can be expensive, but generally for Canadians, it is good value. Aruba at number 5. At number 4, Vietnam. That is where Zumba Bernice is right now. Excellent value for meals, lodging, and travel, and tropical settings. Culturally very rich. It scores an 8 out of 10. The Philippines comes in at number 3, so we're venturing pretty far from home. Vietnam at 4, Philippines at number 3. Beautiful beaches and low prices once you arrive. But brace yourself for long flights. Well, to both Vietnam and the Philippines. Top 5 tropical destinations besides the U.S., Mexico, and Cuba to pivot to should you be booking a vacation. Excuse me. At number 2, Costa Rica offers beaches and rainforest adventure with reasonable accommodation and food costs. Good enough for the silver medal. So, Costa Rica. But the number 1 destination, which means it may be cheap today, but watch those prices start to go up, is the Dominican Republic. Not only scoring an 8 out of 10 for affordability at all-inclusive resorts, beaches like Punta Cana have great overall value. So the Dominican Republic will be the go-to for people who aren't interested in the U.S., Cuba, or Mexico. Now, there are other places, there are other islands, but they're going to be very expensive and therefore did not get captured in the top 5. But there you go. Molly says, thank you. Going to let my friend know. Be safe. Be safe. Okay. Coming up next hour on the show, Reese's Pieces changing the recipe. What? Are you a Reese's Pieces fan? Have you noticed anything? Have you noticed they taste a little bit different? Some churches in Canada mixed hockey with Jesus. Well, Jesus has always been part of hockey. He's a big fan. Gets lots of prayers, especially on Sunday. He got lots of prayers. We'll talk a bit about that. Also, the website that tells you whether your food is still safe to eat or not. This is much better than the smell test you're currently doing. We have got to move over to Twitch for hour 2 of the show. Thank you for being here for hour 1. Should news be breaking, should something be happening, be sure to check us out till 9 o'clock this morning at TylerGlenShow.com, twitch.tv/TylerGlenShow. Audio version of the show is available at TylerGlenShow.com or wherever you get your podcasts. And in the meantime, have an awesome day to everybody else. We're moving on over to Twitch. Thank you, TikTok and YouTube. Those video channels are closed as of now. Thank you so much. Thank you, X. We're moving on.